Hello, everyone. Thank you for letting me spend some time with you. I do appreciate it. If you're listening to the audio only, you're missing the video of my new office. It looks very, very similar to what it used to be because I like having my books behind me, and this is where I do my work. So this is where I get to do all the good stuff. Enough of that. Before I forget, please do the like, share, subscribe thing. Y'all know the reasons why by now. I learned a new phrase, and I know it's kind of hard to teach an old dog new tricks, right? But I learned a new phrase, and I need to share it with you because you need to know this. I'm getting just a little bit out of my lane, but it's something I've talked about before because I have talked about AI, and that's kind of where I'm going. All right, so just be careful. Now there's very few content creators that I regularly watch. I like the Weatherman Plus. Mark does a really good job of U.S. and Caribbean, however you want to say that, weather, especially for severe weather updates and that kind of thing. And I keep an eye on weather. You have to, right? I'm outside a lot. Something else I enjoy is Ask Tractor Mike. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but coming from an agricultural background, I still kind of keep up with what's going on in the tractor world and those kind of things. And the other day, he had a very interesting video. It dealt with tractor rollover safety, but there was something in that video that got my attention. And I think it did because it's never happened to me. Not the rollover part. That's never happened to me either on a tractor. Go-kart's a different story. Yeah, I can roll over a go-kart. One of his followers wrote him a letter and asked about tractor rollover safety because he had been researching this and he found that Grok and ChatGPT had given him two completely opposing or opposite responses. Now, I don't use AI a lot. You all know, if you're a regular listener, you know what I think about AI, right? It's just a really fast search engine that gives results in a summary instead of a list of websites. So I thought, I'm going to do some digging. I need to look into this. Now, in an article from August of last year, 2025, it's titled, Google AI ChatGPT Rarely Agree on Brand Recommendations. Now, these are two that are very similar, right? And it opens Google's AI overviews and AI mode and ChatGPT disagree on brand picks nearly 2/3 of the time, new data shows. This means that with all of the information that's available to both of these AIs, you should get the same response. But the majority of the time, they don't agree. Now, in October 2025, from the BBC, an article titled BBC finds that 45% of all AI queries produce erroneous answers. And this leads us to this new phrase that I learned, and it is called AI hallucinations. Let's think about this for a second. An artificial intelligence must be doing some really good drugs because it's hallucinating, right? Well, kind of. From Google, AI hallucinations are incorrect or misleading results that AI models generate. These errors can be caused by a variety of factors, including insufficient data training, incorrect assumptions made by the model, or bias in the data used to train the model. Wait a minute. Biased in the data to train the model? This stuff is admitting the things that I've been saying for a year, okay? All AI hallucinations can be a problem for AI systems that are used to make important decisions such as medical diagnosis or financial trading. Again, that was from Google. So how do these AI hallucinations affect someone who might be using AI to study the Bible? See, I'm bringing this back, right? I'm not out of my lane that far. Now, as I have said before, if you're a regular listener, you know this. The way we ask AI questions has a direct effect on the response. It does. So we need to be very, very careful about the words we use and how specific the search parameters are. Now, this can be a real problem for pastors, rabbis, and even Muslim clerics if they use AI to generate messages or portions of their messages, or even just to look something up, because it may cause them to offer bad information. You know, for content creators, both religious and secular, the same thing is possible, right? Using AI without verifying the results may have the chance to mislead people, just like with Tractor Mike's letter, right? And when you have two opposite, not just opposite, completely opposite, both ends of the spectrum, like left, right, opposite, right? One, it comes from one AI, one it comes from the other. Which one do you believe? Well, then you have to go ask the experts. But if you're not, maybe you're in a hurry, you just take the answer from the first one and don't research it any farther. Now, the Tractor Mike video talking about rollover accidents and tractor, that could be so misleading from AI. If this person would have just stopped it at one answer, it may have contributed to death. If he would have taken the wrong response from the wrong AI and did what it said, if he's attempting to prevent a tractor rollover, he's going to do just the opposite and it wind up with serious injury or death. Let's take it to other operations that could cause AI to, diagnose something, an ailment. People today, they'll get on the internet, they'll research, they'll ask Grok or ChatGPT or Google or somebody, how do I fix this ailment? Well, if that AI gives you the wrong response, you take the wrong medicine, maybe it's telling you to take a medicine that may have very, very bad counteractions with something else you're taking. What's that going to do for you? That you're either going to wind up really, really, really sick or dead, right? What about financial information? You ask AI something and it says, oh, do this. Are you going to risk your money based on a hallucination from an artificial intelligence model? Think about these things. And I'm going to say the same thing that a lot of professionals will say. Get the second opinion. Verify the results. Verify the results. Don't be satisfied. If you go to the doctor and the doctor says, you have 6 months to live, you're going to go find a different doctor that might tell you have 7 months to live, might tell you have more, might tell you that that first doctor didn't know what he's talking about. You're going to live for another 50 years. But even Paul writes in Galatians 1:8, even if we or an angel from heaven should preach a gospel contrary to what you know is right, let them be cursed. Even Paul's saying, look, even an angel from heaven can be wrong. That's kind of hard to believe, but Paul says, look, if he's telling you something isn't right, don't follow it. Don't follow it. Verify. Real estate. You know, the three most important things in real estate are location, location, location. Everybody knows that. What I'm telling you today is that if you use AI, there are three very important rules you need to follow. Verify, verify, verify. Even what I'm telling you, verify, verify, verify. Using AI to study the Bible can be useful. It can. It can help summarize some information. But AI should not be the ultimate authority you use to satisfy an answer for your inquiry. That authority, if you're looking up Bible questions, the final authority should be reserved for the Creator. And you don't achieve that through AI. You achieve that through prayer and discernment. Now, can AI help you do some discernment? Yes. Can it lead you on a path to say, you need to follow this word, you need to summarize this, you need to look at that? Yes, it can. Can AI's hallucinations cause you to dig deeper? Maybe, but you need to be very, very careful about these things. Very, very careful about these things. Verify, verify, verify. Verify, verify, verify. The ultimate authority should be our Creator. And you get his response not by searching AI, but through prayer, meditation, and discernment. Something to think about until next time. Something else to think about until next time. Books are sold at authorjerrymitchell.com. There's my advertisement for today. So, until next time, I wish you many, many blessings, everyone. I hope you're surviving the weather wherever you are. We're getting over a cold snap. Be safe. And many, many blessings, everyone.